This is Maggie with Less Annoying CRM, and I'm going to show you around our Contact Relationships tool. I'll start by giving you a tour of the tool, and then I want to talk a little bit about the differences between relationships, groups, and pipelines, and when you should and shouldn't use this tool to connect contacts and companies. Let's say I have two contacts in my CRM, Kathleen O'Neill and Luke Hudson. Right now they're totally separate. They don't work together, so they're both linked to separate company records. However, Luke referred Kathleen to my business, and despite having different names, the two of them are also brother and sister, and I want to have a record of that connection. The Contact Relationship tool lets me set up this simple link quickly, so I'll always be able to tell which contacts are related to which other contacts. I'll start off by pulling up Kathleen's profile in the CRM. Here, you'll see the option to attach a relationship with another contact. Click that link, and you'll see a dialog pop up that will let you search for which contact or company you'd like to link with Kathleen. From here, you can search however you'd like to find the other contact you need. Name, email address, phone number, title, any piece of information on a contact's record that can narrow it down will work just fine. Most of the time, however, you'll just want to use a contact's name, so I'll locate him that way and choose him from the results. Next, I'm given an option of adding some text to give context to the connection between Kathleen and Luke. This next bit is important. Make sure to enter text that will make sense regardless of whether you are reading this explanation from Luke's profile or Kathleen's, because it's going to show up in both places. A bad example of this would be entering something simple like referred. If I pull up that connection via both contacts' profiles, I'd have no way of knowing which contact did the referring. Instead, I'll write something that makes sense no matter where I see it. Luke referred Kathleen, and they are brother and sister. Then I'll click here to save the relationship. The relationship appears as a small badge on the contact profile. You can click on the name of the linked contact to jump to that other contact's profile, and you can click here to view the full note and make any necessary edits. Relationship linking isn't just for contacts, though. It can also be used for companies. For example, let's say I have a few different locations of a company that sells used pianos, and I want to make sure they're all connected. First, let's find the headquarters. I'll search pianos and pull up my company record for the New York central office. But I have a few other branches in the CRM too, and I want to make sure that those are connected with the headquarters, so I can always jump between the central office and the various branches quickly. I'll just follow the same process as before, this time searching by the name of the various company records. First, I'll connect the Chicago branch. Since the connection here is obvious, I don't really need to leave a note. Then I'll connect the Boston branch in exactly the same way. Just like that, I have my corporate headquarters connected to each of the other locations of the company. One last thing. Keep in mind that contacts that are linked to the same company have an inherent connection in the CRM. If we check Kathleen's contact record and look in the company info section on the left, you'll see the other contacts that are linked with her company. There's no need to use the Contact Relationship tool to link together coworkers at the same company because you're always one click away from those. Of course, you could use it to record another type of connection, like if Kathleen and Molly happen to be cousins, but you don't need to manually list their work connection since they're both already connected to one company record. Now that you're an expert on linking records through relationships, you may be wondering, there are a few organizational tools in the CRM. When should I use this instead of groups or pipelines? Let's start with groups. The groups feature is a way of segmenting your contact and company database into lists. These lists can have many uses, but ultimately, it's designed for creating a place to store a report of many contacts and/or companies that have something in common. Having that group lets you quickly pull up a list of all of those records with just a single click. Pipelines are our system's form of process tracking and reporting, and also the most customizable part of the CRM. Use pipelines when you want to track a contact through a multi-step process and be able to see their status at every step along the way. Lead tracking is the most common form of this. Relationships are much simpler than either of these two tools. There is no reporting, no lists of any kind. And it's not a workflow tool. Relationships allow you to say, hey, these two records are related, and that's it. You'll never see anything about a relationship anywhere in the CRM other than on the contacts record. If you ever need any help deciding which tool you should use to reach a certain goal, or if you just have questions about the CRM, click the Help button at the top of the page and give us a call or send us a contact form. We're happy to help and make sure you're getting the most out of your CRM. Thanks for watching, and thanks for using Less Annoying CRM.